So we were actually, as Amber had said earlier, we were approached by Mountaineering Books, which published all of these books. They're pretty popular. They have a pretty solid audience, pretty widespread, international, not even just in the US. And a lot of their books are focused on a very intimate relationship with nature in one way or another. So we're trying to keep that in mind as we're pulling this together. So a lot of our stories really have to do with, or what we're looking for, thinking about in a general sense, have to do with like life sciences and our relationship with the animals, research, what have you, what feels most intimate and natural to you to talk about. So it's a composition of experiences, stories. So I think the closest book to the book that we're writing from this publisher is Campfire Stories. I think there's another, we've been reading Disability Visibility. That's another like collection of stories. And so it's not really like a collection that's trying to like have an overarching plot. We really just want to have a collection of stories that share all the different facets, or as many of the different facets of science, life science as we possibly can. So we were allowed to choose what we wanted to focus on, and we came up with a couple of different sections that we can use for the book to kind of cluster the stories underneath, and we'll talk about those in a second. But we're really able to make this into whatever we want, and that extends to you guys as well. So whoever is contributing, we really want, like, this is a collective experience. This isn't just, we have an idea, we're gonna make it happen. This is really like, what are our voices? How do we get people to come together and use this platform? So we're really trying to make it as a shared and even horizontal experience as we can. They did offer a small honorarium. We are trying to, Amber, did you want to add something? Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to mention that they also published a great book called The Adventure Gap about the first all African American team to attempt the summit Denali.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying. So we have a small honorarium that we can offer our contributors, and we're trying to look into ways to boost that honorarium. So right now the publisher can guarantee $50 to $100, somewhere in that range for each of your contributions, but we're trying to get that to go up because I think these stories are definitely going to be worth a whole lot more than that. So we're working on that side. Happy to talk about that if you guys have any questions about what we're trying to do, what our goals are. And then the biggest thing really is that this is, just like I said before, this is a book that's for us, by us, and it's not really, Amber and I had talked a lot about who we wanted our audience to be, and we kind of want it to be everybody, but we definitely want to make sure that we are talking to the Black people in the room, especially the Black women, Black non-binary, Black gender non-conforming people in the room for sure, and have that audience be our primary audience while also being accessible to other people. So I think that's going to change the tone and kind of the language and the choices of stories that we pick because it's a lot less explanatory, like, here, let me explain to you what this experience is like, and a lot more like, I know you go through this, let's talk about how this is great or how this is difficult and things like that. Are there any questions so far?